right. Waiting for the stream to catch up, guys. I'm looking at my other previews, so I'm about a 20-second delay right now. Hello, everyone in YouTube land. Drinking my drink for tonight. We're doing ourselves some Angry Orchard. Hopefully, the screen you can see it when it loads up on the screen. Kind of mood for some beerage. So doing a little bit of Angry Orchard for tonight. That's my drink of choice. Pardon me. I always like me some Angry Orchard, so that's what we're doing tonight. No, I am not sponsored by Angry Orchard. If Angry Orchard wants to give me lots of money, I will gladly take their money. No questions asked. So we're doing the monthly stream. It's a little bit weird this month because the way the days fell out, that the 7th, which is today, fell out on a Tuesday, which is usually closer to the beginning of the month. But today, it is what it is, all things considered. But, you know, it is what it is. We're talking about recent pickups for today. Today, but the last couple of weeks as well. And we're going to be doing, hopefully you guys can hear me okay. Let me know, Jackie, in this chat if you can hear me all right. Thank you very much. We're doing recent pickups for that's happened recently, as far as the last stream we've done. And we're going to be doing gifts that I've picked up, or items I've picked up, or given to me as gifts. My wife picked me up some things. I'll be discussing with that as well. And we're talking about the year of 2021 in review. Some things that I've seen, some things I can talk about, and stuff going forward for next year. So let's talk about recent pickups. So I just got some gifts today, and I'm going to showcase all the stuff off. We'll do first things first. We'll do the easier stuff. No, we'll do that. Yeah, we'll do these guys. If you guys did not watch or did watch, thank you very much if you did, my Black Friday for GameStop mystery box or Funko, I got 3 of the 4 Deadpool bucket list pops. Of course, I didn't get them all, unfortunately. Thanks, Jackie. We got, of course, the Safari Deadpool. These are, of course, all GameStop exclusives. One thing I didn't talk about in the video when I did the review on this, guys, I might do an eventual review of all 3 of the ones I have. But if you look here on his foot, he has a bear trap caught on his foot, and his Safari net has a hole in it, which is kind of funny. I thought it was funny. The Lazy Deadpool, which he has a little unicorn floaty he's in, and the big sunglasses. Again, this is a GameStop exclusive. I do like the way that one looks. And if you're going to ask which wave it shows up in, it's the standard Deadpool wave that we've seen for the last few sets that he showed up with. Even the mermaid ones are there. And of course, I was able to this year get the Chase, which I'm very happy about. But it's a kind of odd Chase because it is a blacklight pop. It is a re-deco paint variant, basically, of the Artistic Deadpool that came out. It was either a GameStop exclusive or a Hot Topic exclusive, the original sculpt. I believe it's one of 3 things, either a common, a GameStop exclusive, or a Hot Topic exclusive. It's one of the 3, I'm not sure. But this is a blacklight pop, but it doesn't look like a blacklight pop, because I'll give you an example of a standard blacklight pop. The packaging looks something like this. Black box, really radical looking, high fidelity, high deco paint job. That's what the blacklight ones look like. This one is a blacklight pop, but the packaging doesn't really showcase that. It looks a little different, but this is in fact a blacklight pop. I'm assuming the blacklight will work on it. I don't have a blacklight to test, but I'm assuming everything I've heard about it is the blacklight pop. So it looks really, really cool. I like the way it looks. Happy I got him into the collection. He's the one everyone's been chasing. When this thing first dropped, I saw prices going between 70, as I mentioned in the video, 75 to about 100, 125 for this guy. So I think the price has slowly leveled off, but that's what it was. Next, we'll see some shirts the wife picked up for me. This is all. This would be all holiday stuff and something that I picked up myself. So this is all T-shirts. So this is "Kiss Me, I'm a Jedi." I thought that was a very cute shirt. She picked me up. Next, we have a shirt that I saw at Hot Topic, but they didn't have my size. And that was when I first started playing D&D. I played with the Expert game, the Expert version of D&D. This is the first version of D&D I started playing when I was, 13, 14 years old. So I remember this very, very vividly. This set, it was an awesome, awesome set for kind of a beginner. It's past normal basic D&D. And normal D&D back then had basic, expert. It had, I think it was maybe, might have been intermediate. Could be intermittent. It could be basic. It might have been just basic, expert, and then advanced D&D. And then he went to like Immortals, or might have been Masters, something along those lines. I know those 3 or 4 different tiers you would go to. And then the last shirt she got was very, very cool. Because you guys, if you didn't know, I'm a big Boba Fett fan. So it's a really cool looking shirt of Boba Fett. I like the way that shirt looks. Looks really, really good. More stuff she picked me up. She got me this really cool He-Man Master Universe, or rather Master Universe pop for Skeletor on the Night Stalker. This may be a review down the road. It looks good. I only have one other He-Man pop, and that is a flocked version of him, and I got out of a mystery box, or a GameStop box rather. But it looks good. I like it. I don't, as mentioned, don't have a lot of He-Man stuff. I only have that flocked He-Man pop, but it looks good. So this gives me reasons now to get He-Man on Battle Cat. I've seen it at GameStop. I don't know if it's an exclusive or not. Don't quote me to that, please. Hopefully we get some more people in the chat tonight. That'd be very, very cool if we do. Again, we're doing some Angry Orchard beer. Rather, let me change that. Apple cider. Some other items that the wife picked me up. You may go to your local comic book store and you might find this item. And these are what are called Geeky Tikis. And I might do a review on these guys. They come in all sorts of flavors, all sorts of IPs. These are mugs. They are listed as dishwasher and microwave safe. They just look really, really good. I like the way they look. The one more she has coming to me, which is a Green Lantern one. But this is a Snake Eyes one she picked up. She went to a website called fun.com and got a good deal on, I think she got a deal of 3 of them for $60, I believe. We have Optimus Prime for Transformers. This one comes in Optimus, Megatron, or Bumblebee. So, again, I just like the way it looks. Looks really fancy. Looks like a tiki idol you would see. But it is a mug. You can actually drink from it. I believe, yeah. You can drink from it. Yeah, I had to make sure about that. Because I think some of the Geeky Tiki stuff is also like you can get cups and you can get just normal versions of this stuff. Let's see here. You didn't notice where they're at. I gave them a notice. Yeah, they look pretty good. I like the way they look, Jackie. And the last one she got me, of course, was, as I mentioned, he's already shown up once in this video. We got to have Boba Fett. Again, big fan of Fett. I'll probably put him back on that shelf right over here. Speaking of the room, you might notice the studio looks a little different. Right over... Hold on. Get my finger. I'm going to point to it correctly. You notice right here. Oh, right there. There it is. Right there. There's my lightsaber from Savi's workshop. We mounted it to a wall vertically. And we have a lightsaber up here, right there, which was my Ultra Saber. Got a stand for that one, which was the stand I wanted to use with the Savi's workshop. But I decided by looking at the configurations, it would look really better doing it this way. Let me just go over here so you can see it when I turn it on. That's the gold hilt. I decided to put the gold crystal on. I thought that one would look probably the coolest to do. That one up here is a silver blade. No sound. It's just a straight saber it's a stun saber. So I thought it was very cool. A day or two ago, I was in another GameStop I usually go to, and they had a pop that I knew was coming out. I didn't think it would be out as soon as I picked this up. I thought it would be coming out sometime next year. And if you haven't ever watched the episode of the Dungeons & Dragons cartoon, you should. Because he only appears, I think, in 1 or 2 episodes, and that's Warduke. A guy with this really cool helmet. He comes with a D20. He's a GameStop exclusive. I will probably do a review definitely on this guy, because he just looks really, really good. I love the way he looks. He looks really awesome. Also, they do have, if you've never seen it yet, they do have the Mimic. That's a GameStop exclusive, which is in a bigger box. And literally, it is the Minx and Boo character. So literally, the Mimic is this guy's packaging right here, Minx and Boo. It's literally his packaging with a mouth opened up as a Funko Pop, saying Minx and Boo on the packaging. And it has a D20, but it's about this big. I think it's a 6-inch pop. But it looks really different. I was on the fence to pull the trigger on that one, because in D&D, a Mimic can be literally anything. Most of the time, they're usually treasure chests, and you usually could tell a Mimic is a Mimic from a treasure chest because they're very, very big. Usually a Mimic is a large, I mean, it's like a 6-foot long treasure chest. It's absolutely massive in size as far as D&D goes. As far as if you looked at what a Mimic was. A lot of times they'll impersonate doors, but they can literally impersonate anything. Anything. I think it has to be non-human. It has to be like a door or wood or a flooring. It could be a ceiling or a wall, but it can't be a person. Mimic can't turn into a person. It has to turn into a thing. That's the idea of a Mimic. And the last big item that we got finally arrived. It was been delayed since I ordered this in June of this year. It's been delayed since I want to say November. And I got 2 of them. And that is, of course, if you followed my channel. And this one's beat up, so this one's going to be coming out of the package. And that is the Alpha Commando Snake Eyes. I don't know if you can tell by the packaging over here. This one right here. This is what I'm going to open and do my unboxing for, because the packaging is beat to hell right here. This is the Alpha Commando version of Snake Eyes. This is kind of what he looked like when he originally debuted. He didn't have the cool visor. He had more of just a sleek black costume. A bunch of pouches and things like that is what he did have. He had his explosive satchel, which I don't think this one has. No, he doesn't have his explosive satchel. But this is listed as the Alpha Commando, and he does come with Timber. And Timber looks to be really articulated. There's a lot of points of articulation. He comes with 2 different swappable heads. He has one head, like the angry head, which is this one right here. This one right here, angry head. And the normal head on it. I thought it'd be a very cool cool action figure to get my hands on. And I will definitely be doing a review of this figure possibly this Thursday, if not next week, would be my plan for that. If you're curious, it is number 30 in the G.I. Joe Classified series. So those are the recent pickups. I figured that would be a cool way to start the video. We're 12 minutes in. And that will be, and that item cost $40. If you're asking how much Rook does it cost, it was $40 on the Hasbro Pulse website. It sold out immediately. I saw these, I want to say when I went to MegaCon several months ago, and they were selling for $75 a piece. And I was very tempted to buy them for $75 and cancel my order through Hasbro Pulse just to have them in hand. But the problem is I didn't want to pay double markup with what this is. This is $40. Paying double markup, I didn't really want to do that. So that's why I waited and waited and waited and waited until I finally got my hands on that particular Alpha Commando version of Snake Eyes, which will be a very fun review to do. Also, I will be getting my hands on Zartan, the color-changing Zartan. It was another Hasbro store exclusive. Apologies if I said Hasbro Pulse. It's a Hasbro, well, it's a Hasbro Pulse website. It's not a HasLab item, which we'll talk about HasLab shortly. Hasbro Pulse is their website. They're exclusive. But Hasbro Pulse also had a Zartan that changed colors. And this is more traditional to what Zartan was like back in the 83, 84 release of the original G.I. Joe figures in the 3 3/4 scale. When he was, and it was also a gimmick they did in the cartoon, but what they did was, in sunlight, he would go from a normal colored, like, skin color to this blue tone. And even in the cartoon, an episode or two, you would see, like, sunlight hit him, and he would change colors. He would, like reel back from the sun, and his skin would turn blue. That was the gimmick of the toy. And they're doing the same gimmick in this new toy, but they're doing it with cool, with something in cold. So if you put it in, let's say, the ice box, and let's say you put it in your ice chest or fridge or freezer, leave him in there and pull him out, he'll be a blue figure. It will go from skin tone to blue. It's a color-changing gimmick. They're also doing really cool things with this packaging. It has, like, 6 heads you can have with the figure. He comes with a bow. He comes with swords. I think it comes with his cool pistol, his traditional backpack. As mentioned, he has 6 different versions of heads that you can swap the heads on and off. The packaging is cool because when inside the packaging, there's like a spin dial. You see his body, and the head's cut off, so you have like a spinner wheel on the top, and it'll show his body with different heads that are in the packaging, which is a very cool gimmick. Price for that was also $40. The Hasbro Pulse figures are not usually cheap, but they're exclusive to the store, and they're usually hard to find on the secondary market, especially like that Snake Eyes, the very first figure Snake Eyes, in the black packaging with the all black figure with the gray trim. I still have that one on card. I have not yet cracked it open. I have not yet reviewed it, but it's a very, very cool figure nonetheless. That being said, I've rambled on for 15 minutes. Now let's talk about, all my pickups are done. Everything here on my table is clear. I'm looking around making sure I got everything covered. I did. Let's talk about the 2021 year in review. Since going into next year, I won't have a video before next year ends because I'm only putting the stream, or not video, but a stream. I do these streams usually the first Tuesday of a month. There won't be a stream until the end of next year, if I do one, and more about that momentarily. There's more to that statement. 2021, as far as collectible goes in review, was a very, very weird year. I don't have any note cards in front of me. I'm reading this basically off the cuff here, off the top of my head. Not only because of things with COVID still happening and the pandemic, but it was a very weird year for collectibles, all things considered. A lot of issues I'm still seeing happen, especially with my mystery boxes with Loot Crate and Geek Fuel, respectively. Geek Fuel was okay. They did have a couple delays. Loot Crate, so you know, again, full transparency, you have not seen an October box review because that box was, one, late to begin with, and two, was in a parcel locker that arrived at the end of October, and I have not yet received it. I've contacted Loot Crate about this, told them I have not yet received it. They said a replacement box will be shipped within 8 to 12 weeks. I'd hated the thought of it just to begin with. November box was delayed again. Now we're in the second week of December. It's delayed because of quote-unquote COVID shipping issues. The shipping lines, the shipping pipeline is packed and jammed. I kind of don't believe that excuse. We've had it from Geek Fuel now. We've had it from Loot Crate. Loot Crate's supposed to be the biggest player in town. I've just gotten back with Loot Crate. I'm this close to canceling them because I've ordered 4 boxes, and they've charged me for 4 boxes. I've gotten 1. They charged me for September, October, November, and now December. And I've gotten 1 box in 4 months. You can bet your ass that that will be a rant video somewhere down the line, that I will chew them a new asshole. I will rip them apart because I don't like companies that will take money and they'll take your hard-earned cash and not produce results. They keep claiming that it's because of COVID. It's because of COVID. When I did Loot Crate back in 2016, it was the same excuse. Boxes you would order in, let's say, September, I wouldn't receive that box until the middle of October. And that was no pandemic. There was no excuse. That would tell me that they're receiving these items on a month-by-month basis, and they don't have stuff packed, ready to go ahead of time. They're ordering this as the months happen for those months' boxes. They're not pre-planning anything. They might pre-plan a theme, but the product stock they're getting is taking months and months, they're doing it month-to-month basis, which I can see why they would do it, but if you're a company that's this big now, which Loot Crate was big to begin with, now they're purchased by NECA, so there should be no excuse for this, and I'm at a point now where I might just stop all mystery boxes until things like this get sorted out, because Geek Fuel their product was becoming crap. Their boxes were becoming late. Now Loot Crate, which is the biggest player in town when it comes for the mystery box subscription-based model, same exact deal. Yeah, they sent me an email, Jackie, that said your box was delayed because of COVID again, and they're using COVID as a linchpin to say, oh, this is why your stuff is delayed. It's because of COVID, not because they can't get their shit straight and get product out on a timely manner. They'll charge you on the 10th of I think it's the 5th of every month. I want to say it's the 3rd or 5th of every month. They bang me $33. It's $29 bucks or $25 for the box, and $6 or $7 between tax and shipping to get the product to me. And the box that was supposedly delayed was shipped by DHL, yet was then shipped by USPS, which doesn't make any sense. They're using it as a distribution point between shipping carriers, which is not technically right. If you say you're shipping something through DHL, then ship it through DHL. Don't ship it through DHL to just have it then handed off to USPS to deliver it to me, because that's what happened. It is lost right now in a parcel locker, saying it's in my area. I've checked with my mail carrier, and it is not there, so I don't know where it is. As far as mystery boxes, not happy with mystery boxes. They've been kind of bad this year. They can't get their crap straight. Just horrible issues. As far as the collectible front, as you can tell, the collection's still growing. I'm still putting new product in every few days or every week. I'm picking something up new, something different. I still never reviewed over here. You may not see those boxes right there. My fingers waggling right here. Waggle, 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 right there. That, of course, is the Hallmark USS Enterprise Mirror Universe. That's a tree topper. I've gotten five of the crew now. We just got Spock and Chekhov. So what I thought would be a 20-minute episode when you play all the ornaments off one another. It was about, when I did it last time, was about 5 minutes. It increased the time to about 7 to 8 minutes. I think when we get both McCoy and Scotty, I think we might get close to the entire 22-minute episode, or a good chunk of that 22-minute episode. It's going to be very cool getting all of the characters to play off one another. Trying to do it as a tree topper is extremely difficult. There's a lot of weight on the Enterprise, and if you try to lash it to the tree's trunk, the top of the tree, it will cause the tree to bow or wave, even if it's a strong tree. So I'd like to just leave it on my tabletop in my dining room. That's where it's set up right now. So it's very, very cool. The lights, I talked about it in my 2020 top 10 list. If you watch that video, you'll see that it's not really a review. It's more of a highlight like a high-level overview of that product. It's very, very cool. So yeah, it was, as far as the collectible world, still getting a lot of Funko stuff. We had that big issue with Funko for the virtual con. Their queuing system was complete trash. They said they revamped it. We were in the queue when I was on my vacation. We were down to Disney, and we were waiting in the queue to get in. And unfortunately, we were pushed further along the queue, which wasn't good. It was very, very horrible. So it was a very bad experience with the virtual con. That happened this year. Also, let me switch over my screens real quick here to this screen. Because if you look here, this, everyone, is unfortunately, they had multiple HasLabs projects going on. HasLab, if you don't know, is more of the high-end adult collectibles for Hasbro. They had 3 running simultaneously. They had the Sky Striker, which is the current time of this viewing, is at 12,795 backers. The target was 10,000, so this is going to be funded with about 3 hours left. The big one was the Spangler Proton Pack, which is this right here. The Sky Striker has a price point of $229. The Spangler Proton Pack has a price point of $400. That has 5 days to go with 13,748 backers. This has already hit its stretch goals. There's, I think, 1 goal left to unlock at 14,000 backers, which it will probably get to that goal, I would assume, based on the way this thing's tracking. What makes this very cool is they basically took stock images of the Spangler Proton Pack for Afterlife, and they basically reverse engineered those images to build this pack. Light and sounds, it has a connection point where you can hook up your neutrino wand, your Spangler neutrino wand that will get power from this pack. This is all like PVC. It's not metal, nothing along those lines. There are some metal parts like the shock plate right here. And some of these pieces here are, I think it's either chrome, I think it's steel, or I believe it's steel, and it's coated to look like steel because it really is. It's chromed out and everything. So it's really cool what they did with the Spangler pack. But if you notice, I just kind of briefly touched on it. I had it when he jumped into this page. One item did not meet funding, and there's been a massive wave of backlash, and that was the Rancor Beast. This thing did not get funded. It needed 9,000. It had 8,533, and people backed off of this and canceled their pledge on this, mainly because Hasbro was not listening to the fans. People were expecting the Rancor handler. It did not come with this particular PulseCon exclusive or HasLab exclusive. You didn't get Ula They didn't do any Ula with this. Of course, Ula was the Rancor's first victim that we saw on screen from Return of the Jedi. That did not happen. They tried to get I think they, at the 9,000 back, they think they wanted to throw in the Rancor Keeper because people were just so pissed off that they didn't listen to the fans. And the fans actually came to them and told them, here is what we want, and didn't listen to what the fans want. So the Black Series Philly Maliki figure was added to the base offering. You can see it right here. I'll kind of highlight it here. It was added within like 3 days, 2 or 3 days before this was to end. They threw this up last second because they panicked and go, oh crap, this is not going to get funded. And this is surprisingly, if you look down here, every single HasLab that has come out, all of them, every single one, every project was funded. Even the Bards, which barely made funding, everything funded except the Rancor Beast. So this was definitely a slap in the face of Hasbro, partially because they weren't listening to the fan, partially because you had 3 projects running concurrently within the same year in December. Money's already tight because of holidays. You're going to have a Sky Striker for $229, an Egon Proton Pack for $400, and now a Rancor Beast for $349. It was just too much money. As far as what I'm seeing is why this did not get funded. So it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. It's, sad to see it happen, but it does happen that way. So, last thing I want to talk about before we end the stream tonight, because it's only going to be a 30-minute stream, this looks like it was myself and Jackie in the stream tonight, and that's fine, is at the end of this year, when I put up my last video, which will be the top 10 list of 2021, will be my last video on YouTube for a few months. I want to say that now in the stream, let that out there. Let that go now. I'm going to take some time off from YouTube. I don't want to shoot any content. I'm not going to do any streams. I said I'll circle back to this. I'm not going to do any content or any streams for a few months in 2022. I've been putting out content without really any break short of a vacation or getting married for over 5 years. I have over 700 videos on YouTube right now with I think 60 to 70 streams I've done. Non-stop, at least 2 videos every single week for 5 years. And again, I hate to say this, is I do this all on my own time. YouTube does not pay me for my time. And I enjoy this as a hobby, but I'm at a point now where I'm having a lot of burnout, and I need to take a step back from YouTube and not put out any content. I know people may get disappointed. I just hit 2,000 subscribers, like legit 2,000 subscribers, but I need to take a step away from YouTube. I don't want to do any content for a couple months in 2022, probably until maybe the end of February is where I'm going with this. So you're not going to see any new videos, you're not going to see any streaming for a few months. I want to let people know that now. Again, I'm repeating myself again, you know me, if you watch my content, I'm a complete honest person. I'm a straight shooter. I've never steered anybody wrong. I'm completely honest. I'll tell you, as a spade is a spade. I'm not going to play games. I'm not going to do any smoke and mirrors. There's no bait and switch here. I'm being completely honest. I want to step away from YouTube for a few months and recharge. I don't want to worry about content. I don't want to scramble to put a video up. I just want to let everybody know that now. Again, being completely honest, that's why I didn't want to put this as a thing on the thumbnail. I wanted to let the audience know, and when you come back to it to shoot, when you watch this on the video on demand, when it goes up the next day, you understand why I'm doing this. Again, I want to recharge. I want to relax. I want to spend time with my wife. I want to do, video game nights. I want to do card game nights. I want to do board game nights. A lot of my time is taken up between watching wrestling and shooting content. So, really, I don't have a life. That's my life. Between my wife, my job, my YouTube channel, my gaming, that's it. That is my life. Be completely honest. I'm being transparent. I'm not lying to the audience. I'm being completely honest with you guys. So I need time to take a step back from YouTube. So that being said, I hate to end it like that. And that's why I said this is the last stream of this year. That's why I couldn't talk about the year in review in January, because I knew going forward in this stream to talk about this will be my last stream for 2021 and the last stream for a couple months. So I hope you guys can understand this. I want to thank Jackie for coming into the stream like she always does. Unfortunately, no one else showed up. Again, it is what it is. Some people come to these streams, some people don't. And I'm fine with that. You have time. You can do whatever you want with your time. But understand also, My time is my time, and I want to spend some time away with my family and spend time with my loved ones. So that's it for now, guys. And it's not goodbye. It's going to see you guys soon when it comes to streaming in a couple months. I'm going to finish out this year putting out content still until the end of December. So I want to thank everybody who watches this, supports me on YouTube. Thank you very much, guys. Take care, and ending the stream in 3, 2, 1. Take care. Love you guys, and bye-bye.